Hey there, Judi Jamieson, the Psychic here, and welcome to Intuitive Tuesday. If you have ever wanted to know how to heal yourself from various different forms of trauma or overcome very difficult life-altering events, this video is for you. So if you are totally into all things spiritual, intuitive, and psychic, and you want to learn how to tune into and activate your natural intuitive and psychic abilities for personal empowerment and like rocket fuel to success, how to transmute shit energy into rocket fuel, you're going to want to hit the subscribe button that is right underneath this video, and I'm going to give you a second to do that right now. I'll give you a quick little spoiler alert. Make sure you hang out to the end of the video because I have a couple freebies that may really interest you if you want to take this learning experience to another level. All right, so before we dive into the meat and the potatoes of this video, I want you to understand if you are trying to heal from something traumatic or some kind of life-altering event, I need you to understand that you hold the key that will unlock you out of your mental, your emotional prison, not somebody else. You are your own ultimate healer. Other people can give you the tools, but nobody can heal you but you. And you have everything that you need inside of you to thrive, succeed, heal, and move forward with your life, leaving some other crap in the past, ditch, bye Felicia, whatever, it don't frickin' belong here, it's back there. All the videos that I do, everything that I teach is all based off of my personal experience. So it's not like I read a book or took a class on something and I have no experience with it and I'm just spewing out, talking out my freaking ass, because that's basically what I would be doing. Every single thing I discuss and talk about comes from personal life lessons and experience. The other thing that I need to get out there concerning what I'm about to dive into, I am not a licensed therapist or a doctor, all right? Again, personal experience, how I overcame shit. We all have a shit story, okay? Every single one of us has experienced some kind of shit, probably lots of various different kinds of shit in our lifetime. What I am speaking from right here on and now, how to really be your ultimate healer, comes from being a survivor of narcissistic abuse and rape. So this is how, in my personal life, how I healed myself and transmuted the shitstorm into rocket fuel for success versus laying down and being a freaking powerless victim, because ain't nobody got time for that. So there's 3 different things that I do in my personal life to heal myself when the shit hits the freaking fan or trauma happens. One is separate facts from feelings, because we all know feelings, your emotions can go up and freaking down, and if you do certain actions or do certain things based on negative emotions, you're going to wind up kicking yourself in the ass first. And we're going to go deeper into this stuff. The second thing that I like to do is tune into spirit and then tune into myself. And again, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that. And then the third thing is the ultimate way to really heal yourself is to listen and honor your intuition and your red flags. The more you listen to those subtle nudges and those little light bulb moments, the more you listen to them, the more you activate who you are on a grand energetic cellular level. But if you ignore them, you continue to kill yourself. So let's dive into these 3 different things here. 1, separating facts from feelings. It's really a matter of detaching yourself from whatever the trauma was that you need to heal from. When we experience trauma, our brains go through this effed up fog phase, and things are compartmentalized and torn apart, and everything gets freaking cattywampus, and things make sense and then they don't make sense. It's a freaking roller coaster hot freaking mess. So when you learn how to separate facts and detach and take the emotion out, you're able to look at things from a different perspective. Basically, you're able to see the truth of things without allowing your emotions to clog and interfere with what really happened. So to give you an example, when my ex-fiance came home and hit me, if you've ever been a survivor of domestic violence or abuse or even rape, you go through this process where you try and justify what happened, or you feel guilty, or you're embarrassed, or you don't want nobody to know, and you try and convince yourself it's a one-time thing and it's never going to happen again, and this isn't really my life, this isn't really my reality, this isn't really what's going on. You're not tuned into the fact, though, which is what freaking just happened. So learn to separate the two, and then kind of do a deep dive, evaluating facts, detaching yourself emotionally, right? And then you'll be able to view, this is not my fault. I did not do anything to deserve this, no matter what that person says or tries to manipulate you into thinking. And then you're able to really see the horrificness of what this person did. Now, when you go through that and separate the facts, things that would be, think of it like going to court, right? When you go to court, they're not evaluating your emotions, they're evaluating facts. So kind of like take your brain to court, right? The other side of that is going through and evaluating your emotions. Whenever you experience some kind of trauma, things are like ping, ping, they're all over the freaking place, and you get really effed up for a while. Allow yourself, now go seek therapy, right? Because you don't want to go through something like that alone. But as you go through your emotions, you will find that as you allow yourself to dive deep and process what's going on, allow yourself to cry, flip out, freak out, lose your shit, whatever. It's like you ingested poison. And what's the first thing that happens if you accidentally drink poison or whatever? You puke, right? You need to puke it up. You need to get it out of your system. So whatever emotions your body goes through, allow yourself to go through them, allow them to come out, allow them to be regurgitated. It's part of the healing process. Over time, you'll notice the pain subsides and things shift into different perspectives to where you're now able to look at things on a much more positive, higher, grander scale to heal, okay? Just don't allow yourself to stay in the victim, woe is me, doom and gloom mentality. Learn how to shift it and change it into rocket fuel. The second thing that I like to do is tune into myself and tune into spirit. So when I say tune into yourself, that really involves doing a personal assessment, a personal deep dive evaluation, allowing yourself to really go deep into the trauma and what happened and why, evaluating what your triggers are, it's more than likely whatever is coming up is things that were never healed from the past, and it's just kind of coming to light in another state or another way. But regardless, when you tune into yourself, you're able to discover your value, your worth, who you are on a soul level, what makes you tick, what tears you down. You really, really, really have to go deep and do some soul work, some shadow work, evaluating the ego in that type of realm. Because when I say your ego, it's not like, I'm all freaking that. No. When I say the ego in this situation, I'm referring to that other indecisive voice that shit talks you and tells you you're stupid and you should have known better and you should have did this and blah, 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 blah. And even you can hear what other people are going to say. You have to learn how to get that out of your head and understand which part of yourself is your intuition talking to you versus when your ego's talking to you. Now, the other side of that is tuning into spirit. Spirit is whatever your higher power is outside of yourself that you believe in. Spirit for you could mean talking to your crossed over loved ones. Maybe you got a parent who's not here who you would give anything to have them here helping you through this. Talk to them. Maybe spirit for you is going to church. Maybe it's reading the Bible. Maybe it's connecting to universal energy. Whatever spirit means to you, connect with it. Make it a priority and schedule time in your day, time chunks just for you to tune into yourself and tune into your spirit. You get a lunch break every day, right? More than likely, you probably have a job. If you don't and you're home, you still eat lunch. Schedule a lunch break to tune in with yourself. And then maybe before you go to bed, an hour before you go to bed, schedule time to tune into spirit. Whatever works and floats your boat and works for your schedule. The third thing that you need to do is the ultimate healing is through listening to and honoring your intuition and those subtle red flags that you get with anything going forward. When trauma happens, as you're rewiring and putting the brain circuits and firing back together, it's you become disconnected from yourself, right? And it's really, really critical and important that you set personal boundaries, give yourself the time, love, care, and attention that you would want some other person to give you, because you got to learn how to do this for yourself. If you can't do it for yourself, you're becoming a dependent on somebody else, and that's not healthy. But when you get those subtle intuitive moments or those bursts of inspiration, or it could be something as silly as you're sitting on a couch watching Netflix, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere something comes over you and says, you should go to Wawa and get yourself a hot chocolate. Okay? Now, the ego would come in and be like, yeah, you look like shit, then you got to get dressed. Man, what if you bump into somebody you know and you're just not feeling it right now? And that's how the ego tears you down. Your intuition will give you a subtle clue, and then the ego comes in as a protective mechanism that is like a toddler who has no idea what the frick it's doing or how to protect you. The more you listen to those subtle intuitive hints and clues, the more you learn to trust yourself, the more you grow, the more you expand, and the more you open. In turn, that activates your natural intuitive and psychic gifts. But you have to get in the routine of listening to yourself. Most people put themselves on the back burner and just dismiss it as like random whatever, or I don't feel like doing it. Don't do that to yourself. When you dismiss your intuitive nudges, you're slowly killing your spirit and your soul. When you're trying to heal, listen to all of them. There are people in my life that I made it very clear. Something about you is, don't take it personally. Something about you is feeling off to me right now, and I need to put some distance there. A true friend will honor and respect that, okay? If there's someone who's taking advantage of you and using you for whatever, that's going to give you a really good clue as to who else is toxic in your life, who's benefiting from you having no boundaries because they don't want to respect them. So there you go. Let's do a quick recap real quick before we go into more juicier stuff. 1, separate facts from feelings. Learn how to detach. 2, tune into yourself and schedule time to tune into spirit. And 3, listen to every single one of your intuitive red flags and nudges. If you enjoyed this video and you feel like you are a survivor, not a victim, do me a favor if you're watching on YouTube and give it a thumbs up. Let's just consider that a personal high five between the two of us. Before I get into the free stuff, let's make this an open dialogue, right? The only way to do that is if you comment below. So I have a question for you. If you have overcome some kind of trauma, experienced life-altering events, share with us below what you did to heal yourself, what worked and didn't work. Let's just think of this as one big open therapy forum connecting with spiritual concepts. Let me know. Pause the video right now. Comment below what you did to heal yourself. All right, so I told you hang out to the end of the video because I have some free stuff that you might be interested in. 1, if you would like to learn 30 different ways that you can develop, open up, and enhance, bring to life, strengthen your natural intuitive and psychic abilities, underneath this video there's going to be a link to a freebie called 30 Different Ways to Develop Your Intuition. The second thing that I have for you, if you're not sure of the devil in disguise, the toxic energy vampires that are around us, or you feel like maybe you might have fallen in love with an extremely toxic and dangerous person, a narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath, underneath this video there is another freebie on how to spot a narcissist. So if you would like an extra set of eyes from someone who's experienced seeing freaking the demons, devils in physical form walking the earth, because I guarantee 1 or 2 out of every 10 people that you know is a very narcissistic, toxic personality disorder. I shit you freaking not. Instead of seeing dead people, I see evil freaking everywhere now in the physical world. People get all freaked out and, I gotta tune into spirit, open my third eye and see evil things and spirits. Dude, they're freaking everywhere around you, everywhere. So if you want to get ahead of the game to how to spot these toxic, manipulative, dangerous monsters, underneath this video, a link on how to spot a narcissist. So there you go. Hopefully you subscribed in the beginning of the video. Hopefully you paused the video and commented and shared how you were able to heal yourself. If you consider yourself a survivor, give the video a thumbs up. Please share it with your friends. If this really benefited from you and it really helped you, share it. Share the freaking love. So that concludes this week's free video lesson. I hope you have a wonderful, phenomenal, kick freaking ass week. And hopefully I will see you right here next week on this channel. See you later. Welcome to... Take that out. So I got a question. Fuck, I don't know what my question is. Damn, I didn't script this out. 7 out of 10 people in your... Or I'd say... So what was I? Bleh. Take that out.